I can't believe I'm actually having to make a video defending King Charles, because as you all know, I'm not a big fan, though I am a monarchist. So I've seen a few lefty videos on YouTube denouncing the coronation and the cost, saying it was vulgar, it was expensive, and it was rubbing a few people's faces in it, the poor people in particular. And instead of spending between 150 and 200 million on this event, that money could have gone on the NHS so they could piss it up the wall. Remember, the money that Captain Tom raised by walking around his garden 100 times, that was gone within, 35 hours. So that massive effort, that former war hero, that pensioner, did getting off his arse and walking around his big garden using his Zimmer frame, the NHS completely pissed it up against the wall and wasted it in just under 2 days. And then they were going on about giving the homeless veterans accommodation and other wonderful things all this money could have been spent on rather than King Charles's coronation. And then they had a moan about the big expensive gold state carriage that took him to Westminster Abbey from Buckingham Palace, and the usual poking fun at British tradition. Now then, regarding the expensive gold state carriage, what do you expect the King of England to be transported in? A black taxi? One of those rickshaw things pulled by a white guy wearing a Chinese hat on a bike? Or the royal family's Bentley? Well, here's news for you. That Bentley probably costs more than the state coach. And as for moaning about the 150, 200 million pounds it cost for this coronation, well, here's some other news for you which they won't tell you. The asylum system now costs the British taxpayer $3 billion a year. Now, a coronation isn't something that happens every month, every year. It's like a once-in-a-generation thing. But since 2018, some 85,000 people illegally entered the UK by small boats. And that's 50,000 of them in 2022 alone. Now, all of these people, these illegal migrants, they travelled through multiple safe countries in which they could have and should have claimed asylum. But no, they make their way all the way over here where we have to deal with them. And dealing with them costs a shitload of money. Much, much more than a once-in-a-generation coronation. So that's £3 billion British taxpayers are giving to criminals, illegal migrants. If you cross the channel illegally, therefore you are committing a crime, rather than spending it on the NHS or housing homeless soldiers. So these lefties would rather the coronation of our head of state, which has happened for centuries, be conducted at the cost of their own purse, using a taxi to drive them to a register office so we can spend British taxpayers' money to the tune of billions on illegal migrants. And to hell with the NHS, and as for the homeless squaddies, well, they're all racists. That's what these lefties really want. These people are absolutely insane and will be the death of traditional British values. I'm warning you now. And there we go, that's my video. Let me know what you think in the comments, and until the next time, Roger Trout.